Happy Friday, everybody. It's Jim. Amedeus is on assignment. He might pop up here anytime soon. Anyway, let's talk about this weekend. It's a huge weekend because it is, after all, Memorial Day. And that is a big holiday weekend for motor racing fans. It's a big one for NHL, NBA fans. And baseball, of course, is going on. So there's really, if you're a sports fan, there's pretty much a ton of things to watch while you're either outside cooking on the barbecue, or if you're just kind of hanging out indoors. You got plenty of things to watch, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about a bit of a controversy that's going on. Give me a second here for a quick sip. It's just water, gang, just water. And that's Charles Barkley. Now, Chuck has never been shy about talking about his thoughts, and he believes that that Turner, which is now Warner Brothers Discovery, screwed up in their negotiations with the NBA. Now, look. The number that continues to pop up, John Orand, Andrew Marchand, guys like that who should know, has said NBC has put down a marker of $2.6 billion. I'm sorry, $1 billion, I should say, for the NBA. Now, the deal is that TNT has the ability and the right, because they're a rights holder presently, to match that. Okay. I'm not totally sure, because obviously we don't know whether or not what's holding this deal up. I mean, this deal could have been or should have been announced 2 weeks ago. It looks like, for all intents and purposes, NBC has picked up the NBA, and there's been even TNT, and the folks over there have felt like they're not going to get it. So that sent Chuck on a madcap situation of what's going to happen to the show that he loves so much, and that's inside the NBA. Now, it's Barkley basically feels that the show that he does with Kenny and Kenny Smith, of course, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. I mean, look, it's the gold standard of pregame, halftime, postgame shows. Nothing even touches it. These guys are fun. They put together an amazing package, and it's something that I'm sure most of you who like television and sports enjoy watching. Now, NBC would be fools, and they're not. Sam Flood listens. You know what to do. He could put together those three guys, but without the quarterback, and that's Ernie Johnson, it's not going to be the same. Chuck understands that. He's very, very, very dedicated to his friends, and certainly to Ernie. So Chuck just wants to see their show on whatever network it ends up with. Although, the only way it's going to work is going to be if it stays at Turner. Ernie, who is one of the truly nicest guys on the planet, has said, without any question, he would love for the NBA to stay at TNT, but he won't stay at TNT. He's going to do baseball. He's got some golf that they do, and so basically, he spent his entire career with TNT, which is now, as I said, Warner Brothers Discovery, and he has no interest in moving to NBC. So that would leave a spot open at NBC for the hosting of that show. And certainly the folks at NBC have plenty of talented people who could handle that job. But right now, Charles is talking to the folks at Warner Discovery, that if indeed the NBA does go to NBC, as it looks like it is going to go, then he would like to possibly produce a show with his production company and keep everybody in the same spot. Look, that's not out of the question. Okay, it's quite possible that NBC would allow a TNT production on their air. I don't think it's going to happen, but it certainly is possible. It's more likely, to be honest, that they could work that deal out with Amazon, because Amazon doesn't have a production company and they don't have a sports department. So right now, NBC has a deal with Amazon where many of the same production team that does Sunday night football does Thursday night football for them. And of course, Al Michaels is part of that bit. So it's conceivable to me that the TNT and Amazon, or more to the point, inside the NBA with Chuck in the gang, could end up working with Amazon. Now, is that a fait accompli? No, of course not. But it would be my suggestion and my guess that Amazon would certainly take the time to look into it. So we'll have to see how that plays out. We'll keep you posted on what Chuck and the gang is going to be doing. Right now, at least through 2025, they're going to be doing their shows on TNT. We'll keep you posted on what happens coming up. All right, let's take a quick look talking about the NBA. The NBA is in the Final Four, and there's going to be some outstanding games this weekend. All right, let's start off with tonight. The Mavs and the Timberwolves. Now that's going to be a super game. The Mavs are up in that series 1-0. So, and they're playing in Minnesota. So this gives the Mavericks a definite advantage there. But we'll have to see. They had that same advantage on Wednesday night. It didn't help them at all. So that's a Target Center. That game will be on TNT and True TV, streamed on Max. So we're watching basketball tonight. It's the Mavs and it's the Timberwolves. Now tomorrow night, we switch on over to ABC in prime time and ESPN Plus for the Boston Celtics Indiana Pacers series, which Boston leads 2-0, and they will be heading for that game, heading to Indiana. So up 2-0. That game's got an 8:30 tip on ABC, as I said, streaming on ESPN Plus. Sunday will be game 3 of Mavs and Timberwolves series. That will be 8:00 on True TV, TNT, streaming on Max. And then Monday, the Celtics and the Pacers, primetime ESPN and 2 ESPN Plus. So that basketball for the weekend. It's begins tonight with the Mavs and the Timberwolves. Tomorrow, Pacers and Celtics. Sunday to Monday, and then Monday we get that opportunity on Monday again to see the Celtics and the Pacers. So remembering that the Eastern Conference is on ABC, ESPN, the Western Conference is on TNT and Max. Okay, so that's your basketball. Now we know we got a lot of hockey. It's going to be some fun hockey as well. The hockey tonight is Florida at the New York Rangers. I said Island. New York Rangers. That game's on ESPN and ESPN Plus is where you can stream it. So that, as we know, Florida leads that series 1-0, and we'll see if the Rangers can get back on track. So Saturday, it's Edmonton and Dallas. That's a good series with Edmonton leading 1-0. Then 8 o'clock puck drop on TNT and also on Max streaming. Sunday, once again, get Florida and New York. This time they're playing in the Sunshine State. And that game will be at 3 o'clock on ABC, streaming on ESPN Plus. On Monday, we'll get Edmonton and Dallas again. This time the game will be played at 8:30 in Canada on TNT, streaming on Max. So that's where you find hockey this weekend. From that standpoint, alternating between TNT, ESPN, and ABC. Okay, so there you go on that. Let's talk about golf. There's a lot of good golf action coming up. The fun part is the CBS has the PGA Tour this weekend. The tour stop begins 3 o'clock, and that will be basically the Charles Schwab Challenge, third round in Fort Worth, Texas. Again, that's going to be on tomorrow. Today, it's on, for those of you who have the opportunity to watch, it is on the Golf Channel, right, as we speak. NBC is going to have the PGA Champions Tour, which is a KitchenAid Senior Open. That's going to be at Harbor Lakes Golf Club in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And so some really good golf coming up. Now, if you are a motor racing fan, and we got a wonderful entire day on Sunday for you, 30 a.m. And that's when on ABC, ESPN, and streaming on ESPN Plus, you'll see Formula One racing the Monaco Grand Prix on the circuit of Monaco in Monaco. So the Monaco Grand Prix. So welcome to my co-producer. Travel safely. So anyway, back to the beauty of Monaco. Okay, you're going to have auto racing from 7:30 in the morning to after midnight. All right. So if you're a racing fan, a motorhead, this is your favorite day. It's Christmas on May 26th. So auto racing first, 7:30 a.m. Formula One, the Grand Prix of Monaco. That is the crown jewel of motor racing in Europe, and it's Formula One. And right now, Max Verstappen is the guy who you have to think is, and his Red Bull team is the team to beat for that race. But we'll see how it plays out. All right. Then at 12:30 noon in the afternoon on NBC, it is the Indianapolis 500. Okay. That's going to be on NBC. It's going to stream on Peacock and 12:30, Indianapolis 500, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And interesting situation there. Kyle Larson will be driving in the 500. And then he'll get on a jet and fly to Charlotte, where he will be at 6 o'clock, the NASCAR Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 600, from Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. Should be a fun time. That's on Fox. Fox does not stream, only on their app. So my suggestion, if for some reason you're out and you want to listen to the motor racing and you can't, you're not near your television or you can get Fox there, it's MRN, Motor Racing Network. It's plenty of radio stations around the country to find it. Or streaming wise, you can check out a couple of different places to find it as well. So you can the folks at the Motor Racing Network do an outstanding job of following. And also there's a Performance Racing Network. So those are the two NASCAR radio networks. So, you don't want to miss your NASCAR. You guys know where it is. If not, it's simple. Just Google it and check it out, and you'll have no trouble finding NASCAR on the radio. So Once again, let's recap Sunday. Auto racing, 7:30 a.m. ABC, Formula One, Grand Prix of Monaco. 12:30 NBC Peacock. That's the Indianapolis 500. 6 o'clock, no streaming unless you have verification, cable verification. You can watch it on Fox. Of course, it's free on Fox. So there you go. Big day of automobile racing. So there you go on that. Let's take a quick look real quick around to see if there's any other things we're missing here. I don't think we are. I think we pretty much covered it. There's going to be, I should mention this actually. Early on Sunday is the first round of, it's on Tennis Channel at 2 o'clock in the morning. The very early rounds of the French Open, okay, which truly gets underway on Monday, but these are the early rounds. So you're going to get basically Sunday at 2 a.m., Sunday at 6 a.m. All of this is on Tennis Channel. You can begin the process of watching the the French Open from Roland Garros in Paris, and you can stream it on Tennis Channel as well. Let's see where we have it on Monday. I'm looking real quick. Monday. It is. Bear with me here, folks, just for a minute while I look through it. Let's see. Tennis, there it is. Still with the Tennis Channel. So Tennis Channel, and then on ESPN. So early in the morning, it's Tennis Channel. Late in the afternoon, it is ESPN. Baseball-wise, check your regional outlets because that's where you're going to find your baseball this weekend. And also, MLB Network has baseball games all weekend as well. So check those out for what's going on in your location, what teams, your favorite team is on there. You can check it out, find out where it is. Right now, we would say there's not any real big baseball, series this weekend. I mean, they're all pretty. They're interesting, but not necessarily is there something there that breaks anybody's fancy in that regard. So we'll see how that plays out. So baseball wise, check your regional sports networks. Also, FS1 and Fox will have some regional games. Check your local listings for the time and where those are going to be played. Okay, so there you go on your baseball aspects of it. If you are a college baseball fan, tons of fun college action this weekend. SEC is on. They're on the SEC network, ACC network, Pac-12 network, and ESPN does have some of these games on. So check and see what who's getting on the big network from each one. Big 12 is on ESPN and ESPN Plus. All of it streams on ESPN Plus, which also includes the American and Big Ten is on the Big Ten network. Okay, so there's all that on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Plus. This is the super regionals for women's softball. Okay, so if you're a women's softball fan, super regionals taking place, this weekend. So check ESPN, ESPN2, and stream on ESPN Plus, and you'll find all of that outstanding women's softball, regional action. If you're a lacrosse fan, this is a big weekend in Philly for that, and there will be a game tomorrow, and then the Final Four will be tomorrow, with the final on Monday at Lincoln Financial Field. Again, those are ESPN situations, so check your local listings for your time and your stations on lacrosse. Okay, So that should pretty much give you everything you need to know for this holiday weekend. Okay. Have a safe one, folks. Enjoy your holiday. We'll be back on Monday with Amadeus, and y'all take care now. Bye.